When we imagine what the world will be like in 50 or even 100 years from now, we know it will be shaped by you, the young people of today. You are the world's greatest treasure.
We need to produce the future generation of leading thinkers, of leading researchers, of those who will transform the world for the future.
You are the next leaders and innovators. You are the caretakers of an ancient flame that lights the path to the future for the entire planet. You carry the heart of Mahatma Gandhi. You carry the mind of Albert Einstein. You carry the vision of His Highness Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan.
This, once again, is another activity, another event that illustrates the fact that the UAE is becoming a real center, world center for intellectual activity with a focus on education.
Education for the modern world is the single most important thing we can do for the 21st century to make it a tolerant, peaceful, and respectful world. And for that reason alone, this conference is timely, and out of this can come an increased recognition, sense of purpose, drive and determination to make the 21st century a century in which the vision of education for all genuinely becomes a reality.
We live in a global world. We need to learn to appreciate how much we have in common and to actually celebrate our differences and to use those differences to help find solutions to making this a better and safer planet.
This education conference, which is actually a conference for the building the capacities of the students to work harder for their countries, for their communities, for their society. So it's a great honor to be here.
I have met so many people from so many different countries, indeed a cultural and once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Networking is the password of the day.
Ru from Vietnam.
Natalie from the US.
Amina from Zimbabwe.
We kept on talking about the problems that they face. They talked about their papers, and then we talked about what solutions could be done.
It's an inspiring experience. You go back and you feel more responsible.
You know, my experience as an educator and as a leader will obviously help you get a grasp of what is there outside the world. This is a very big opportunity for students and the mentors to be connected.
I'm from Peru.
China.
Italy. Azerbaijan.
You never get to see such a diversity.
It's the young people like yourself that take these ideas back to your country and you say, hey, I just learned something. I learned about another technology, another thing that we can do better.
We can make a difference, and that's why we're here.
My paper is on mentoring and youth empowerment.
Education without borders!
Whenever you are with students and sharing a space with them,
we are from Kazakhstan.
You feel the energy that emerges from them, from their enthusiasm, youth, dreams, and hopes.
So let's take action, not only to redefine ourselves, but also the world that we live in.
I'm just happy to be with them. It feels really good to see people from all around merging, blending, mixing, loving each other. That's how it should be.
I think this is the kind of thing which offers great hope for the future of the desert, the future of the rainforest, the future of the climate, and I'd like to see much more of this on a regular basis.
There's an old saying that a rising tide lifts all boats, and I think that's pertinent here.
I remember passing camels on the road going between Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and now here I am on the 123rd floor of one of the greatest buildings in the world.
Working together. No challenge is too big, and no climb is too difficult.
This building is so huge compared to what I have done before. Even though I have climbed the second tallest, the third tallest, and the fourth tallest, this one is simply amazing.
There are still 72 million children in the world who don't have access to primary school.
For so many children, it doesn't really matter about their ability or their attitude, because they simply don't have the opportunity.
Let's not leave any of our brothers and sisters in this world of plenty behind as the rest of us progress.
Whenever I'm doing an ascent in the UAE, it can be really huge in terms of crowd, in terms of impact. Cheers, man.
This is a metaphor for what has to happen in the world. The notion of crossing borders with ideas, crossing borders with people. That's the only solution to the future of the world.
I don't think
any human being can realize his or her potential to the maximum in its richest diversity without education and knowledge.
The reality is that these people truly believe that education can change our life.
It's unbelievable. It shows what education without borders is training us, that there is nothing impossible to do.
I'm amazed at what he's done, and it's a real inspiration.
It's just the fact that it's the tallest building in the world and he climbed it no matter how long it took. That's the same way that we should tackle any issue.
He represents that there is nothing that is impossible if you put your mind to it.
I am one of those people who are trying to achieve their dreams. I simply like to climb, you know. It is very much the story of my life.
Get ready to be inspired, get motivated, and have fun.
You know, you would have to be feeling so creative and innovative as a result of being here for the last few days.
The structures here are really beautiful.
The development and the amount of technology and buildings that they have.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Here in the United Arab Emirates, there is a huge amount of innovation that shows how it's possible to combine a very firm adherence to a tradition, to Islamic culture, to an identity for a nation, at the same time as pioneering new techniques of learning and of reaching out.
Here there's a great potential to make life better for the world by creating global citizenship.
There will be a stage for me to spread my idea to both students and the teachers. They have the chance to listen to me.
I'm just excited to network with other people around the world who are excited about making a difference.
Today we have the technology to connect far more readily and to move beyond the era of competitiveness into collaborative force. Universities have to take a lead, and our students are in the vanguard of that movement.
By coming over here, we gain a lot of knowledge and culture from the amalgamation of all the world units over here. We get to know about things of happening and which can happen in the future world, like improving education aspects, technology, and many other things by coming here.
My paper is titled Peace Education as a Tool for Conflict Resolution in Africa.
Vraiment, c'est une conférence extraordinaire, very extraordinaire. Donc, je qualifie ça d'un grand rendez-vous de donner et de recevoir. Donc, je vais partager mes expériences avec mes frères étudiants qui sont restés au pays là-bas.
What makes all these conferences are the people you meet, whether they're old or young. And I'm one of the former, and it's nice to meet the latter.
Meeting over 1,000 people in one place over 3-4 days is just amazing alone, and being here, what an experience.
It is the young people of today who will lead their respective countries to a new height of prosperity tomorrow.
This is an example of globalization already working.
You carry the hope of the world, and in due time, your inspiration will add strength to the flame for the next generation. Remember, it's the people, not the machines, that will always be the creative force behind every innovation.
I think I just want to encourage you, as you get involved in lots of different and important and wonderful works, never to forget that works like this are also about the heart. Let's always leave a place for compassion.
We need to make education available to all and accessible to all. That's something I look forward to being part of.
I have learned a lot and I have new dreams for them and for myself.
There is always one thing that we can learn from others.
They got to know another 100, 150 other students, and they're going to be working with these people. They're going to be talking about it for years to come.
They are still young, and they are having plenty of choices ahead, plenty of opportunities.
I think I'm going to take home a new perspective on education and what it really means to be a globalized world.
EW, come on! Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to build a new world, if not for ourselves, for our children.
I'd like the students to think, when they look back on this experience, that there's always something more to learn.
Dhanyavad, education without borders.
Your Excellency, on behalf of all the students attending this conference, my thanks to you for this wonderful experience. Thank you.
Nlabale Education Without Borders.
Through your participation here this week, you demonstrate that young people around the world are on the cutting edge of change, and that together the community you are building will have a global impact.